two-dimensional motion, like motion of a cricket ball after a lofted shot by a cricketer. For this, let us. Here we have a trajectory of a cricket ball. We shoot it up at an angle theta with the horizontal. The velocity of projection for this projectile is u, making an angle theta with the ground. To study what happens here with time, we are taking a xy coordinate system like a reference frame such that x is along horizontal and y is along vertical. Here we have chosen this point to be origin. Here we have taken it to be the point of projection just for our convenience. Now I am decomposing the typical motion into two entirely independent one-dimensional motions. Obviously, one along x direction and one along vertically upward or y direction. If we take the projections of its motion along these two mutually perpendicular x and y directions, then what we get? We can easily say that if we talk about initial velocity of projection for this cricket ball, then it will be u cos theta along x direction, or we can say horizontal, and along y direction we can easily write velocity of projection to be u sine theta. If we talk about the acceleration, so on decomposing this typical motion into two entirely independent one-dimensional motions, the known elements about this cricket ball, like velocity of projection in x direction it is u cos theta, and y direction it becomes u sin theta. Acceleration along x direction is 0. Here only one acceleration is there, which is due to gravity of the earth. So in entire reason we can take acceleration of the projectile to be g vertically downward, means along negative y direction. Now when you look at this, there is something quite remarkable, and the remarkable thing is that velocity in x direction throughout its whole journey is not changing, because acceleration in x direction is 0. So along x direction projectile moves with constant velocity throughout its flight. So we can write Vx to be constant at all the times and equal to u cos theta. It is only the velocity in the y direction that is changing. Here we can see that any one of x and y directions does not even know what is going on with the other one. So of course the actual motion of cricket ball is basically the superposition of the two independent one-dimensional motions along x and along y direction.